All right, y'all, what it do? Your boy is back on the grind one more time, and today I'm actually gonna go get my Skylark, you guys. It is time to get this thing on the road. It's looking like it's gonna be nice weather coming up finally here as we get into our summer months. I think next week is the first day of summer, like Tuesday or Wednesday, so we're gonna go try and get the Skylark and get it fixed. I got a new radiator, and oh shoot, now I just thought about it, my girl left with the radiator. So anyways, I guess I'll just have to wait till she gets back, but I can start tearing into the car before she gets back. And man, we're just gonna try to get this thing done. I think it's a radiator. I haven't been able to inspect it, but if it's not the radiator, it ends up being like a hose or something like that, then I might just keep it for the Chevelle. So who knows? But I think it is a radiator because I've seen some fluid kind of seeping in the fins before, and the radiator's just old in it, I'm pretty sure. So anyways, it's gonna get a nice cold case radiator, so we'll see. So the radiator that's in the Chevelle right now is for a big block, I guess, per what the guy told me. And I already have it all hooked up and everything, and you know, I might as well just keep it in it. But if the Skylark does not need it, then I'll just go ahead and use that radiator for the Chevelle. So, but yeah, y'all, so just stick with me. My father-in-law is actually getting a bucket of a jug of water for me because that thing was leaking fluid all over the place last time I started it. So we'll see, y'all. So anyways, y'all stay tuned. I don't know if we'll get it getting out of the trailer or not, but worst case, you guys will see it here shortly. All right, y'all, so we in it. We're gonna see if we can make it to the house. I didn't even let it warm up. I'm just out of here. Got my father-in-law behind me. As you can see on the gauge, it's not even registering 100 yet, so I got a backup temp gauge too right here. So we'll see what's up. Hopefully we make it to the crib and be okay. I should probably turn my electric fan on too, just in case. But it's only about 5 minutes away, so we're gonna see what we can do. Maybe I will. I'll turn it on just in case. The cooler, the better. We out. These are the adventures we take you on, man. The good, the bad, the ugly, the adventurous. We gonna make it. We gonna make it. Let's see if this truck takes a sweet time. Oh no, he gonna keep going. So it's coming up the temp now. Or getting closer at least, so. Sometimes this coolant gauge acts kind of funky. It'll sometimes register late. I don't know why. This dash isn't perfect, so sometimes they won't register at all. But I don't know. We'll see. It's starting to creep up a little bit, 140-ish. But that's good because at least it's registering, because that's the one in the block. Of course, it's starting to rain. It ain't rained all day. It's gonna rain right now. go. Now it's wanting to register now. It's always usually delayed, but as you can see, there's a bar coming up right now on the coolant. Man, of course it's gonna rain. Damn it. Temp still staying down, so we're good there. It's kind of like 160-ish, so that's good. All right, y'all, so we made it. She made it to the crib, so that's good. Really didn't get up to normal temp, probably got up to about 160-ish, but man, this is a good looking car, good looking engine, y'all. So, but it is coming out, you know, that big block going in here, blah. So that big block going up in here, it'll be really nice. Got to get that installed, but man, clean car overall. I mean, if you guys never seen this, is a 71 Skylark convertible. This actually used to be my car 10 years ago. Probably owned it for about a good 4 or 5 years. Ended up having to sell it, you know, life happens sometimes. Ended up getting it back, but went in on it a little bit, you know. Got it painted, Mako paint job. I just wanted something to make it look a little bit better than what it was. I didn't do the jams or anything like that. One day we'll go in on it, but you know, other than that, I mean, it looks really good, y'all. Got these rims for the low. Did a lot of things to it, you know, clean up the engine and everything. So got the AC working, blow snowballs. Man, it's pretty much dialed in. Interior is all OG. Well, not OG, it's been redone once. Top's been redone once, but we got to get that replaced. Put that wing on it. I put that hood on it a long time ago. But yeah, y'all, so she made it. So my father-in-law just backed out that SUV because I'm gonna back it in right here just in case it starts raining. I'm gonna back it in, that way no water gets down in there, because this window is starting to kind of separate. Well, it is separating from the top, so I got to change that out. Well, change the whole top really, but shoot, man, summertime, we ride with the top down. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and back this car in and then kind of start tearing into it, so y'all stay tuned. All right, y'all, so here's where we're at right here. Got the cold case radiator. This is supposed to be the truth. Actually, it's actually the exact same size, except for the outer portion here, I think is a little bit narrower right here, but that is okay. Other than that, same height. I believe it's the same width, and we should be good to go. The only thing here is this is a little bit higher than my normal location right here on the trans line. So we'll see. Luckily, my line is I adapted it to a flexible hose, just like a regular Teflon or stainless braided hose. So I should have a little bit of play where I can go up a little bit higher. So we'll see. I don't think that'll be a problem. But this is in the same location down here. But everything else should be good. The only thing I don't like is, but I'll still do it, is that fan. I have it installed with these little like zip locks there that go through the radiator. And I think they're fine. I've never had a problem with them, just as long as you don't damage these fins. And you definitely don't want to damage this portion here where the fluid kind of goes through, because these fins are actually cooling fins, but I think the fluid actually goes through these tubes here, if I'm not mistaken. So just got to put them in carefully and just kind of go from there. So I didn't want to go all in and get the fans. It was like another $250 or something like that, as of right now, when I already have that fan. But I think I'm going to do for right now, so I don't have to put it all back together, is just put the fans on, or the electric fan on, and then kind of free up some room, and then I think it'll look a lot better as well. And then right now I have the fan just hooked up to a switch, so it'll just run all the time. But maybe what I'll do is I'll hook it up to a like a thermostat, so it'll turn on and off at a certain temp. So I'll probably add that later, so that way I don't have to keep the mechanical fan. So we shall see. But let me go ahead and get to this install here. They're out in there barbecuing right now, so that should be done soon. So I want to make sure that I am all done with this. But we are making way, guys. We are making way. So I'm gonna test fit this first, see if it fits. Then we'll be good to go. We in business. Kev's on the barbecue. Start it up. It's actually quieter without the mechanical fan on. We'll see how that rolls for now. I just have that fan on, so it's on all the time. I'll probably have to change it, maybe get a thermostat and tie it into it. But I think it looks cleaner without, so we'll see kind of how it rolls. Just letting the system burp out, see what it does. Get it up to temp, see what the temp is. Temp is about 150 almost, climbing over here. And there we go. It was flowing out, man. It might be burped. Yeah. Let me go ahead and rinse this off, y'all. I'll be right back. All right, y'all. So she is all put back together. We are in the game and seems to be cooling good. I wanted to hook it up like this first, just with the electric fan, just to kind of see how it would run at idle, if that was going to be enough to kind of keep it cool. And it actually kept it cool for quite some time. Kind of hung out about 195-ish. And then slowly over time, started to kind of creep up just slowly. But so I don't know if that's enough fan for the this radiator. It's running all the time. I think it's just one speed, so it might not be enough of a fan as far as just CFMs go. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put the shroud back on with the mechanical fan, because that actually kept it cool pretty much by itself. It's just when you get in stop and go traffic, we go on cruises, things like that. Obviously over time it would start to kind of creep up. This radiator will probably be better, honestly, but still, you know, if you're stuck in traffic for an hour or two, kind of going 2 miles an hour in a cruise or something like that, then it'll start to kind of creep up. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to put the shroud back on with the mechanical fan, and then continue to use this as a backup like I always have. So anyways, but she is in there, fit like a glove. Actually had no problems at all. Had one tiny problem with this bottom fitting on the very bottom right down there, and that's the transmission line, and it wasn't going in straight. At least it didn't seem like it was going in straight, so I don't know if the weld is off or what. I screwed it in and out several times to kind of just make sure it was catching correctly, or maybe just my angle was off or whatnot. But it ended up going in. I ended up kind of just trusting it, and every time I would tighten it down, it would go in a little further. So I'm not sure what was up, but what I did is I ended up putting some Teflon tape on it as just an added precaution. I know you don't need Teflon tape on it, being that it's a flared fitting, but just because it was kind of going in at a crooked angle, just to be sure, added assurance doesn't hurt. So anyways, you guys, man, she is running good now, though. She always ran good. Never really had any issues with this engine itself. You know, little leaks kind of here and there. Buick 350, that's what they kind of do. But other than that, man, we are in the game. It still has that little tick. I'm not sure exactly what it is. I still don't know if it's a distributor. Don't know if it's the water pump. Somebody suggested it might be the timing chain slapping against the timing cover, but that would be really weird because this engine is, you know, rebuilt with fairly low mileage still after all these years. So I am not sure, you guys. But anyways, eventually this is going to be coming out, that 455 going in. Well, y'all, it is, man, it has to be past midnight or something, and I actually just came out here to make sure everything was locked up outside. I'm at my in-laws house. That's his Jeep right there. They let me park the car inside here tonight. And as I was doing that nightly run just to make sure everything was locked up, I looked underneath and there was a big puddle. Well, not a huge puddle, but a decent sized puddle of fluid. There's a rag there. I cleaned it all up, but you can kind of see where the puddle dripped. I mean, it's a fair amount just in about, a couple hours time. And it was seeping out of the bottom fitting right there. Not where that union is, but actually coming out of the radiator there between the fitting and the radiator. I did notice that it was kind of going in at an angle, and just a really slight angle. And so I'll try to insert some pictures here. I think I took a couple photos, and you should be able to see and tell, but I kind of noticed it was going in and it wasn't really going in easily. So I don't think I cross-threaded it because not a whole lot of debris or anything came out like a cross-thread would. And usually when you cross-thread something, you have debris inside of the threads, but there was nothing coming out. I thought I was done, you guys, but yeah, I mean, something always has to give me some trouble on an install, you guys. So I might be sending this radiator back. We'll see. So we'll see kind of what it does tomorrow on our drive home. All right, y'all, it is the next day and we're gonna see what this thing does. I'm just gonna turn it on and let it run for a little bit. Thought I maybe nicked the car. Let's see what this thing does, y'all. Well, damn, y'all, this is the frustrating part of ordering new parts, especially a part like this. Cold case radiator, supposedly a good brand. I'm sure it is, but obviously I got the short end of the stick here with the defective fitting, man. I don't know, man. I know I didn't put it in wrong because as soon as I caught the thread to put it in, I noticed that it was going in crooked. And I took it out. I kind of like try to reposition it several times and it just kept wanting to go in that way. I looked at the threads and they seemed fine, and then I was like, well, I'll go with it. Maybe the fitting was just welded in there at a slight angle or something, and maybe it'll still kind of hook up. But then once I noticed it looked straight, the fitting, but the fitting on the actual line was going in crooked. There was really nothing else I could do. So I've taken it off, put it on, taken it off, put it on, and I thought it was all good when I parked it last night, and then I saw a puddle under the car. So anyways, you guys, it's on there pretty snug. It's not really dripping like super fast, but there's a nice little stream coming out. Well, and I have a 90-mile drive from here to my house, and I could keep putting fluid in it. That'd probably be okay, but then again, I don't want transmission fluid going over the whole car and, you know, stopping every 20 minutes or so to fill it back up. So I think what I'm going to do is I try to call Summit. They're closed. And, well, at least their customer service is closed. I thought they were open 24 hours, but I don't know, maybe they're not, unless I called the wrong number, but maybe I'll try again. But anyways, what I'm going to do, it's leaking. Yeah, I think it's defective. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to put some RTV on it and see if I can get it to slow down just so I can get the car home. And then we'll go from there. So, yeah, you guys stay tuned for more. You'll see if we make it home. All right. So, and again, I'm only going to put the RTV on the threads. I'm not going to put it like on the actual flared fit, like the flared portion of the line. I'm just going to put it on the threads just to see if it will slow it down. Then I'm just going to let it cure for a little bit and then go from there. So, again, you guys stay tuned. Oh, man. Wow. Yeah. It was leaking pretty good. This was last night. Because I remember I had it running over here, not knowing that it was leaking. And there was a dark spot. I probably had it running for like a good 15 minutes or so. Man, I need to check the transmission fluid. That is crazy. And I remember driving out here because I backed out and I went around the driveway and you can see the trail going in. Wow. Well, y'all, so far so good. I waited about 90 minutes or so, checking to see if there's leaks. Nothing yet. Now I'm just trying to let it get up to temp, see what it does. Check the oil, because I haven't checked down the valve. Oil looks good. Try to let it warm up a little bit. Check to see how much trans fluid in it. I don't think it leaked more than a half a quart, but could be wrong. Just want to double check it anyway after it gets a little warm, and then we'll see what's up, man. So again, I'm just trying to get it good enough so I can get it home. And then hopefully Summit will warranty it out for me. Make this swap. So, so far so good. As you guys know, last time there was a steady stream coming down. This time seems to be holding okay. You can see where that RTV is kind of sitting around there. So yeah, y'all. Pray for me. Wish me luck. Here we go. All right, what it do, y'all? We are in the whip, in the Buick, and so far so good, no leaks. I just pulled over to check, and we are good. So hopefully we make it home, and we can attack this new radiator this week. I think we'll be good, but my idea to put the RTV on the fitting is holding up real good. So I'm gonna go ahead and concentrate on this road. Convertible is really loud. But, man, we rolling. Got the lady behind me. And it's not raining, so that's good. So, again, I'll chime back in when I get home. Y'all, stay tuned. All right, y'all. So, I have made it home. It's been a couple days now. And I pretty much just pulled it in and parked it. I didn't really look at it at all. Well, actually, no. I did look at it one more time just to make sure if it was leaking. And it held up. So, to be honest, I could probably just run it like that and just keep it, but I paid a lot of money for that radiator, and I'm not going to keep it like that. No way. So, and anyways, I'm going to be swapping the engine at some point with that big block back there, so I'm going to be having to take that fitting off again. So, Summit is actually warranting it out for me. It should be here tomorrow, hopefully. They were really good. They asked me some questions and kind of diagnosed it just to make sure if I was doing it right. The lady was really nice, so sent me out a new one. Then I have to send that one back on their dime. So that's good. So anyways, we are back home. It is nice, you guys. It is nice. Let me put this camera around. So yeah, y'all, super nice out. We haven't seen sun and warmth like this in quite some time. So super dope. Really happy for that. It's supposed to be a phenomenal week. I think we might get a little bit of rain tomorrow. Then the remainder of the week is supposed to be really nice, up in the 80s this weekend. So you know I got to get that drop top ready to roll. Just a quick update on the Chevelle, since I haven't given you one in a little bit. So I'm getting there, man. I'm getting there. A lot of the wiring is almost done. I've shortened every wire pigtail with the exception of just one. So we are in the game, you guys. Everything is ran. It probably doesn't look like I've shortened a lot of them, but I have. These are actually extensions, so I'm gonna have to be creative and kind of like hide those, but I should be able just to kind of run them down here and pull them back in. And then my air cleaner should be able to cover a lot of it too. So I think with this one, because this one is going to the TPS, so I think with this one I'm just gonna run it like under here and then just have it kind of follow the fuel rail, and it attaches right there. I was gonna kind of wrap it around, but that'd be a long roundabout way of doing it. So I'm trying to tuck all the shortened wires and everything down in here, and then when the cleaner is on, it'll hide a lot of that back there. So and then I just got to get the vacuum lines plugged and everything, or plumbed wherever they're going, and then we should be good to go in regards to that. I just have to also attach this wire here. That's for my daytime running light blinker, so I should be able to tie that in to the existing harness, and then I just gotta loom those wires up there in the corner, and then we should be in the game. Other than that, the engine will be pretty much done. Just a lot of cleanup, you guys. So I have come a long way on this. I have to touch this up here. That's just a little bit of surface rust when it was sitting at my buddy's Chris's house for quite some time in his cold garage. I'm going to take the fan off and give that a good washing, because it has a lot of dust and dirt on there from being worked on in his garage. The brakes are bled. That went perfect after I figured out the whole bleeder screw situation. I'm gonna move that catch can. I'm actually going to buy a new washer motor. I've been doing some research on a few different options. Detroit Speed, Rain Gear. There's another company as well. I was trying to look for a more kind of sleek performance version besides putting the big bulky stock one in there. But what I think I'm going to do is Rain Gear makes one that's not terribly expensive. The Detroit Speed one is like $600, and this one is only like $245, but it's far more efficient, saves money, and hooks up to your existing setup already. So I think I'm going to order that one. So hopefully that one will be here in a week or so, or a couple weeks before the Good Guy show that I'm trying to show in on July 24th, 25th, that weekend sometime. So anyways, we are getting there, you guys. A lot of work has been done to this engine in regards to just swapping the harness and everything. So it's been good to go. And then I'm hoping that this piece will fit over that. So it's gonna be tight, but hopefully it'll all be good and it'll fit in there with no problem. So it's kind of a pain getting these little screws in there, but we should be good to go. So anyways, that should be set. So just got to do a lot of cleanup, and then we're good there. As far as the interior goes, just lay the carpet. This week will be a great week to do that with the sun out, because then I can just lay the carpet out and have it bake in the sun for a little while, flatten out, and be good to go. I got to put the carpet in, but before I do that, I got to mock up the seat. So the seat has to go in as well. So I got to build some brackets for that. They'll be hopefully less involved in regards to the passenger side versus the driver, because the driver's side, I had already had the 2005 GTO seats mocked up, so I had drilled holes from that. Well, the brackets weren't the same width, but they were close, so I had to make a bracket to mount the two, and then make another bracket to mount this seat. So that was kind of a pain in the butt, but we made it happen. So this should be a little bit more efficient and easier, and then the hole that I drill will be the hole for this particular seat versus the GTO seat, because I didn't do that to the side. Other than that, everything is as far as the wiring, the dash and all that should be good to go. We're set. The computer is in where it needs to be. That's set. That's all secured and everything. All the wires are ran where they need to go. Probably just a little bit of cleanup as far as like zip tying them, taping them together so they just kind of look nicer, but they're all ran really nice and go where they need to be. One thing that I might do is on that Malibu plate, I might put a back piece on it so that way it shines a little bit brighter at night, but we'll see. But that's kind of later on. My armrests and my filler pieces that I made, those are actually in the mail, shipped to the Griffin Brothers to Kansas City, and they are going to wrap those for me and do their magic, send them back, and they should be back before the show, hopefully. So those are already being worked on and taken care of. And then shoot, man, after that it's just little things. They're also making me a little shifter cover. It's not really a boot. I'll show you guys kind of like what it looks like when it gets here. It's a little bit, well, I don't want to say it's different, but it's different than what I was going to go with, and he gave me an option for this, and so that'll be good. I do have to tidy up that door. That door never had a latch, which was weird. It has the provisions for the lock, but there's no latch to like latch it down, and there's no holes or anything like there was one there or something. So I don't know if this door is off another car or another console or what. So anyways, I thought that was really odd. Other than that, man, it's just really the stereo. After that, I got to put in the stereo. That's going to be kind of like last on the list, because technically I don't need the stereo for the show. And if the stereo is not working, I'll just put the stereo in, so that way it looks like it's in there. But we should be good to go there. The trunk, I did all the wiring and stuff for the trunk. So all the fuel power to the fuel pump is right here. Remember, it was kind of like all ran just everywhere just to kind of just get it running. But that's back here. And then the grounds and everything are set. The only thing I got to do back here is tidy in. The only thing I got to do back here is hook this up to a, this is actually the turn signal. I have not decided if I want to hook this up to the existing harness. So these will blink when the turn signal comes on. Those are my flush mount lights. I haven't decided yet. I don't know if I want those to blink or not. But we'll see. It probably will look really cool though. But I don't know. We'll see. Get in the comments. Maybe let me know what you guys think on that. And then the trunk I'm actually going to do last. My wife's brother is really handy with woodworking and whatnot. So he's actually going to help me build a trunk kit for this. And so he just told me just to let him know kind of an idea of what I want, and then we'll kind of go in on it. I do have to make a cover. This is kind of just a temporary cover for my access to my fuel sending unit. So it's on hinges right now. If you just lift it up, I have access to it. But I had to do this in order to make this tank work, because as you guys can see, that big hump there wouldn't allow the tank to sit up as high as it does now. So I had to get creative and make that work. It would have sat a little bit better in there, but after I had cut it, which was a great cut, first cut, I didn't have to do anything else. But then I took a grinder and kind of just like, you know, smoothed out the edges. But I did a little bit too much, and it made it a little bit wider so it doesn't cover all of the openings as good as it should. But that's good for now. I'm not even going to show my trunk, so it doesn't really matter. So but when we get everything kind of figured out as far as what trunk kit I'm going to do, then we'll go from there. Then I just got to rewire the battery. Eventually I might turn it the other way. We'll see. So that way when I get my trunk kit in here, it'll look all nice and neat and I can hide the battery. This is all my molding for my headliner. So I got to take the best pieces out of that and then clean them up and paint them. So I can put them in. They all go along the edges here and in the front and around. Obviously, I got to put on the hood, and then that is my headliner there. So a lot of this stuff is last that I'm going to do. I think I'm going to do the hood probably sometime in the middle, so that way I can drive it. But other than that, we should be good to go, you guys. So that is a quick update on the Chevelle after the Skylark video. So I really didn't plan on doing this, but I wanted to at least kind of catch you guys up. So and then, oh yeah, obviously I got to put the wheel on. It's up on jack stands right now, but before I set it down, I want to adjust the height because I want to lower the front a little bit more so I can get the stance that I want. But coming along, you guys, coming along. You know, steering column is in. That's all painted, looks nice and neat. So we are good to go there. But man, we are getting there. We are getting there. So you guys stay tuned. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. You guys know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff, y'all. Mr. Girl 23. I'm out of here. Deuces. Peace out.